Welcome to Daytona International Speedway in Florida. We are back again with the Clash Series on Sunday nights, sponsored by JM Transport. And here, let's take a quick look here at the race information brought to you by Wise Choice Contracting and Wise Guy iRacing Graphics. This is round number 8 of the Clash series on Sunday night. We have an ambient temperature of 75 degrees. We have a relative humidity of 85%, which is fairly high. We have a partly cloudy sky. We will be going into the sunset tonight when we're racing. We have a 10-mile-an-hour wind, which is fairly high and may affect the driving a little bit. We have a 2.5-mile oval. As you may very well know, the Daytona Motor Speedway is a high-banked, high-speed oval. The track temperature is only 77 degrees Fahrenheit, which makes for a very nice, not so slippery track. The drivers will definitely be feeling at home here tonight. It looks like we have 39 drivers here. That probably means that we're going to have a heat race of 10 laps before we go into the feature, but I am not 100% sure because the total car count for the feature is 43. All right, so let's take a quick look at the standings in the JM Transport Blown Piston Racing League Clash Series. Tommy Ryan is still your leader with 360 points. He has 2 wins to his name. He has 7 stage wins that helped him tremendously in the points. He is no less than 45 points clear of Roger Rios with 350 points. He's got 1 win to his name, no stage wins. The third place is for Guy Snyder with 1 race win and no stage wins. The fourth position is for Jason Branch, 260 points, 100 points down from the leader. He has 0 wins, but he's got a bunch of top 5 and top 10 finishes. And actually, he hasn't led very many laps either, only 2 of them. Anthony Keys is the 5th place driver. He's got 2 wins to his name as well. He's got 4 top 5 finishes on top of that, and 4 top 10 finishes. The stage wins, he's got 1 of those, and that rounds out your top 5 there, folks. The drivers that you see in this chart, the 16 drivers that you see in this chart, are good for points as far as the playoffs is concerned, but on the bottom end there obviously is still something to gain for the people that are on the outside looking in. So David Evans, Casey Duncan, Eric Kepf, they are going to have to be careful. The race winners so far have been locked into that Sweet 16. On the bottom left of your screen, you can see that's Tommy Ryan, Anthony Keys, Avery Wilson, Guy Schneider, and Roger Rios. On the right top of your screen, you see the team standings. It is still 4X Racing that is leading by only 3 points, though. They have 2 wins, just like Unacceptable Motorsports, 2 wins there, and then Piedite Racing with 233 points. Kick and Asphalt and Torque Wrench Motorsport has moved itself up into the top 5. We appreciate Wise Choice Contracting and Wise Guy iRacing Graphics for sponsoring our statistics here. Let's go and bring you back up to speed with the practice that is ticking away at this point here. It looks like Andrew Moore is the quickest driver on the track at this point, with Findlay and Nicoletta right behind him. Elliot Henderson, Eric Kepf, Anthony Keys, Roger Rios, Jeff Ryan, and Randy Yoakum. Tommy Ryan rounds out the top 10. And that is one thing I forgot to tell you. It is Tommy Ryan that is your DXP frontman at this point. He is the one leading the most laps in this series thus far. The DXP Frontman Award will be awarded at the end of the season to the man who leads the most laps throughout the season. All right, folks, final seconds ticking away here. The qualifying is about to get underway, and that means we're going to lock in the quickest 35 drivers into the feature right away. And I believe we have 39 drivers, so I'm not 100% sure if we're going to do that heat race or skip it. We will have to wait and see. It looks like Kevin Nicoletta is the first driver that is getting ready to go out on track here in his 41 car. Let's keep an eye on what is happening here. As you know, they are qualifying individually. They have 2 laps. The best lap time counts, and they have to make those laps clean. They cannot brush the wall or go off track or lose control. They have to be clean, otherwise the lap time will not be counted or accepted by iRacing, I should say. All right, that means that everybody needs to put their best foot forward on that. Qualifying is going to be pretty important, I would say. We are looking at a race, obviously, where track position is important. You're going to have to be in a group of drivers. You're going to have to find a buddy to draft. Bump drafting is essential here at a track like Daytona, where we're running right around 190 miles an hour in the draft. If you're by yourself, you can be lucky if you make it past 180 miles an hour. So there's at least a 10-mile-an-hour difference in speed when it comes to drafting or not being able to draft. We have a bunch of drivers on track, folks. This is Scott Wise here in the number 31 car. We are waiting for the first qualifying times to come in. Max Williams in the 52 car. We've seen him a couple of times before. Roger Rios in the number 5. Top 3 finish this last Friday in Kansas with the trucks. Jason Branch is out there on track in his Navy-sponsored car. Jeff Ryan in the number 3 is out there as well, obviously. And then we see the first lap times coming in at this point. And as you can see, I would not be able to talk that fast. Louis Berkowitz, currently the quickest driver on the track in his number 37 machine. Jonathan Munda is second, and note please, folks, that these times are obviously made on their own, so they are not obviously having the advantage of the draft here during qualifying. Andrew Moore puts it back on the provisional pole as he was quickest in the practice session. 50.020 is his best time so far. Findlay has closed in on him there in second position. Berkowitz now in third. We see, there we have Eric Kepf jumping into the lead as far as qualifying is concerned. And that was his second lap, so a 49.968. He is the first driver to break that 50-second mark here, and he is currently in the provisional pole position. And we have some more drivers still on track. That is David Evans there in the number 1 car. Avery Wilson off track for now. 8th position for Wilson. Randy Yoakum has pushed it up into the 2nd position in the number 8 car. Anthony Keys already off track, it looks like. Jeff Ryan pushing himself in the top 3 here. Let's see if he's still on track. Nope, there he goes off. Guy Schneider in the Schneider Lubricants car. Schneider Lubricants, the race sponsor for tonight, as you saw on the screen before we got started. This is the Schneider Lubricants.com 200 at Daytona. Tommy Ryan puts it in 2nd position. There is Tommy Ryan's number 6 car. We have very few drivers still out on track moving. Scott Wise being one of them. He puts himself in 25th position, and as you can see, folks, it is extremely close. There is barely 0.2 of a second between the first 30 drivers here. We have Jason Kratke in the 54 trying to get a time in. He is still trying to get his first lap time in there. In his number 54 car. Looks like a brand new livery for him. also have Bill Voigt still on track. Ooh, paint job a little slow loading. Looking at Kratky. There he is. Qualifying is over, folks. They will not be able to set times here anymore. So it looks like we're going to go into a heat race for 5 drivers that that will have to determine those final starting positions. Jason Branch, Dalton Williamson on the front row there. Brian Rainville, Bill Voigt, and Jason Kratky are rounding out 5 cars here that are going to do the heat race. It'll be 10 laps, no yellows, and that will just simply determine the final starting positions on the grid. It looks like we don't even have everybody. Dalton Williamson and Brian Rainville are not there. That means that we're doing this with 3 cars only. And it's really only just about bragging rights, folks. There are not enough cars to fill the 43-car field, but they have to make a split somewhere in case there are, and they make that split at 35. So these 3 cars will determine their starting positions at the end of the grid with this heat race. It's a bit of a needless thing, but it is what it is, folks. And since we like race cars going around big tracks, we might as well take advantage of it. Jason Branch leading them here. Bill Voigt in that blue and white car up top, and then Jason Kratky in that white car with the red and blue paint on it. There we go. The pace car is in. We are ready to go for the heat race here. Jason Branch takes the lead. Bill Voigt stays in second there, and Jason Kratky stays in third. And this will be a good practice for them to see if they can hook up with each other and see how fast they can make those cars go if they are working together. All right, folks, some other notable things that we want to tell you. This is, like always, a fixed setup race. For these guys, that means that they cannot alter very much on the car. The only things they can do are steering ratio and brake bias. As far as I know, they have 1 fast repair. Unlike the regular races on the shorter tracks, the organization have given them 1 fast repair for this super speedway. Obviously, because somebody's already going to need it. That's Bill Voigt going off there, nosing it into the wall. Let's take a look at that again. I think he gets a little tap on the back there. And let's see what Bill is doing. He has brought it to pit road, I believe. There he is. And we may be able to see if he takes that fast repair, because you'll see the bodywork of the car instantly. Yep, there it is. He instantly fixes that car, and let's see. He's also taken new tires, so he's going to be losing quite a bit of time here, and basically no chance of winning this heat race. But it's not really all that important. Ooh, looks like Jason Branch is also coming in. And so is Jason Kratky. They might be picking him up to just have a little fun here. Yeah, they're all getting new tires. They might actually have decided...
The yellow flag is out.
Well, I guess we're going to do a yellow. Not really sure what's going on here. These pit stops are taking a very, very long time, and they shouldn't have to. All they do is tires, and fuel can't be that much after one lap. Well, I guess if we would sit out that 10-minute race, then the situation wouldn't change.
We are actually playing around with trying to figure out how to advance the session with the heat races, is what's going on.
I was kind of thinking that. Thank you, Lauren. Yeah, that's kind of what it looked like already. I didn't want to say it yet, but they might be trying to advance this session because it's really kind of pointless. But I'm kind of thinking they have to figure out how to tell iRacing how to do that. Okay, it looks like they maybe did not get that accomplished. And that means that we're going to go back and do some laps around this track here again. They will be bunching up behind the pace car and just reset the whole thing. We'll have another 8 laps to go, 7 laps probably by the time we go green. Bill Voigt has got it back going again. Looks like that paint job has a number on it. And iRacing stamped another number on it. There comes Kratky in the 54. Jason Branch inside the pace car there. The pace car is a car that you can't hit or damage or whatnot. You can go right through it. There is a demonstration by Jason Branch. Having a little fun here. All right, folks, I was trying to give you some more information. During the feature race, if we need them, we can do 2 green-white checkers at the end. The drivers have 4 sets of tires to play with during that feature race. The feature, folks, will be 80 laps, if I have that correctly. The first stage will end at 25 laps at the end of the 25th lap. The second stage will end at the end of the 50th lap. So there are some points for the drivers to be gained there, as you are probably well aware of in this series. And then at the final lap, at the end of lap 80, we have a winner. As said, folks, we appreciate SnyderLubricants.com for their support of this race. We appreciate JM Transport for the support of the series. JM Transport is specialized in big and oversized transportation of stuff that doesn't fit in a regular truck. So if you have something that's too big for a normal 18-wheeler, you can check out JM Transport. They will be able to get it done for you. They actually have, I believe, a sister company here in Florida. And as always, folks, our yellows, our cautions are sponsored by Superior Templating. really sure what Branch is doing now. He's already passed the pace car. Oh, they may actually have all gotten a wave around because the pace car passed them twice while they were waiting in a pit. Well, I guess we've managed to confuse the iRacing system as well then. Well, the laps are taken away anyway. It doesn't really matter all that much.
Green, green, green.
There we go. We have a green flag. We're going to be racing for another 4 laps here. Jason Branch leading Jason Kratke. Bill Voigt is a little bit behind. He is, I believe, a lap behind Branch here. Kratke is about 6 seconds behind there. Oh, Bill actually took his lap back there. It looks like Branch is slowing down. Kratke actually passing now, and there we have the first heat race being finished on time, on the time limit there of 10 minutes. So that means that we're going to be going into the warm-up really quickly, and then we'll be heading into the feature race. We apologize for the confusion here. They were trying to skip that heat race, but evidently that was not as easy as they would have hoped. 2-minute warm-up really quickly. Jeremy Brooks is one of the first drivers out there. There you have everybody eager to get going, it looks like. All trying to get a few laps in here to get back into the mindset for racing here at Daytona. Jason Kinzer in a little bit of trouble here. Ooh. Not sure if that's trouble or just having fun, but it's a very colorful car, I will tell you that. Ryan Nicoletta, Andrew Mraz off track. There you see a few drivers taking the opportunity to just practice that bumper-to-bumper driving that they're doing. It is a little tricky on those speeds, folks, because any wiggle that you make while you're touching the car in front of you can take them off balance and send them spinning around. 47 there, very colorful new paint job, I believe, for Jacob Williams. And there you have it. The warm-up has come to a conclusion here. We are getting ready to go racing. And that means that we are ready to give away the Cup Blue Award to Eric Kepf. He was the quickest driver in the qualifying sessions, and that means he is getting the Cup Blue Pole Award here at Daytona. All right, and then we'll go through the grid with you here really quickly. Eric Kepf, that is the pole sitter, with alongside him Tommy Ryan. Then it is Randy Yoakum and Ricky Harden in the second row, Jeff Ryan and Anthony Keys on the third row, Louis Berkowitz and Andrew Mraz on the fourth. The fifth row is for Andrew Moore and Elliot Henderson. Then it's the sixth row with Avery Wilson and Jason Kinder. The seventh row for Jeff Figlin and Guy Snyder, Jordan Berry and Ryan Nicoletta on the eighth row. Ninth row for Justin Gahn and Jeremy Brooks, David Evans, Kenny McCullough on the 10th row. Then it's John Findlay and Chris Scala on the 11th row, Chris White and Kevin Nicoletta on the 12th row. On the 13th row, we have Jonathan Munda and Scott Wise, Roger Rios and Ron Schutte on the 14th row. Then it's Max Williams and Casey Duncan on the 15th row, Jim Thorndike and Anthony Handley on the 16th row, Don Bellerby, Corbin Simmons on the 17th row, 18th row for Jacob Williams and Jason Kratke. And then we have Jason Branch and Bill Voigt on the 19th row, and Dalton Williamson and Brian Rainville on the final row there. 40 cars starting the race here tonight. So we have a pretty good field here tonight. A lot of drivers around, and that is always great to see. 80 laps in total for the feature race, folks. As said, we are finishing the first stage at the end of lap number 25. We are finishing the second stage at the end of lap number 50. And let's see, 4 sets of tires they are getting to their disposal. The fuel window should be anywhere between 28 and 30 laps, so they will make that first stage without a fuel stop, and we'll have to see how that plays out here. Eric Kepf there in that number 63 car, leading the pack around with Tommy Ryan alongside him, and then Harden and Yoakum, and then Jeff Ryan and Anthony Keys, the first 3 rows there. Pace car coming in, folks. We're getting ready to go racing here. The JM Transport Blown Piston Racing League Clash Series. The race is on its way, sponsored by SnyderLubricants.com. 200 miles to go. And there you will see that a lot of drivers will try to stay in their lanes to catch the draft of the car in front of them. It is vital for everybody that they find somebody to play with. Looks like Tommy Ryan on the higher line has got a little bit better momentum coming off the turn. Ooh, we have somebody going off the track there that looked like Kenny McCullough maybe. I'm not really sure who that was. Tommy Ryan picks up the lead with the 24 of Ricky Harden already up there, and it looks like we're already going 3 wide here, folks, on the end of lap number 1. 3 wide for the lead. It is Anthony Keys that actually picks up that leading position with the help of Andrew Mraz behind him in that blue and purple car. Brand new livery for Andrew Mraz. Tommy Ryan, Jeff Ryan together there. And it looks like our pole sitter Eric Kepf has dropped off to 8th position. Maybe just trying to be a little bit patient. Anthony Keys is your leader with Tommy Ryan right behind him. And there above on that higher line, Anthony Keys and Tommy Ryan show you exactly how this game works. And the 6 and the 24 are doing the exact same thing. That is Tommy Ryan and Ricky Harden pushing each other to speed. The way it works, folks, is that the 2 cars together, they are obviously, the first car is taking the wind away from the second car, which makes the second car speed up. The second car is taking the drag away from the first car, which makes the first car speed up. So both together, those cars, even if they wouldn't touch each other, they would still both increase their speed, and they do so by about 10 miles an hour compared to running on your own. Now, we'll be looking at a lot of this tonight here. 2 rows of cars side by side. Drivers looking for that buddy. There, it looks like Tommy Ryan is letting the 24 of Ricky Harden go by. And what is going to be tricky for these drivers is that they need to be able to give each other just enough space, because as you can see, there's a little bit of left and right wiggling going on, which looks really like they're unstable. But you got to keep in mind, folks, these guys are going 190 miles an hour. They feel every little bump in the road in their steering wheel, and that is what causes them to wiggle around a little bit. There you can see that in the shot here really nicely. Still Tommy Ryan in the lead, and the 24 of Ricky Harden back behind him again. I'm not sure who is everybody's teammate, but I'm sure they'll try to find their teammates to play with, and if they can't find their teammates to play with, they'll find somebody else. It's going to be all about survival for the first part of the stints, and obviously by the time we get close to lap number 25, the battle will heat up a little bit. We know that Tommy Ryan is very, very strong when it comes to picking up those stage wins. So I'm expecting Tommy Ryan to be thinking ahead already and looking at how he can get that done. Let's ride along with Anthony Keys here for a little bit. There you can see the little bitty hand movements to keep everything in line. Tommy Ryan on the right side there, and on the left side is the 24 of Ricky Harden. Ooh, a little bit of a wiggle here. There is really not much room for error in these big packs at these kind of speeds. Let's bring up the dashboard so you have an idea. There we are. 190 miles an hour on the straights. We're barely dropping off in the turns because of the high banking. Maybe 5 miles an hour or less because we are shrubbing away a little bit of speed. Then we're picking it back up. Looks like Anthony Keys is ready to go 3 wide here. And that is always tricky because the room for error, folks, is just going to get smaller and smaller the more cars we put next to each other. And as you can expect, we don't see anybody making huge gains already. The biggest gainer at this point is Jason Branch. He is actually it looks like he is up 13 positions, and at this point that makes Jason Branch the hard charger in that number 22 car there up top, the yellow and blue machine. And further to the front, we don't really see that many people making such great gains. The biggest one there is Andrew Mraz and Anthony Keys. They picked up 5 positions there. The pole sitter, where did he go? Eric Kepf is coming back up again. He dropped off a little bit, and now he's back up in 3rd position. And once again, folks, we are going 3 wide with Tommy Ryan and Jeff Ryan right behind each other. They're up top. They're trying to push each other forward. Lap number 8. And as for now, they are doing a very good job keeping it all nice and smooth. And when they're coming straight at you, that looks pretty beautiful. Andrew Mraz in the middle there, nosing it ahead. Ricky Harden on the bottom now taking over once again. It looks like the Ryan brothers don't really have the momentum on that. Oh, it's going bad. It was almost going bad. That was Tommy Ryan getting in trouble, it looked like. Let's bring that back for you. From the blimp, maybe. Let's see what happens here. It's actually behind him is also somebody getting in trouble. It looks like Tommy Ryan touched the 77 and then touches somebody on his inside, and Schneider has jumped down off the field. I believe that was Snyder that entered the pit lane. And I don't believe he actually stopped. He may have actually gotten a pit lane speed violation because of that. That almost went wrong there. They kept it together, but only just. The car on the that was touched by Tommy Ryan, I believe that was the number. See, we got to close up a little bit there. That was the number 20 of Jason Kinzer. Andrew Mraz is still in the lead there. And now it's Eric Kepf taking over from him. Eric on the high side in that 63. He's got the 61 behind him. And actually, that is Elliot Henderson. He's being scored as number 9, but he is driving, I believe that's the 61. Kepf and Mraz side by side. There shouldn't be too much difference between the higher line and the bottom line. The bottom line obviously has a little bit tighter radius, but it shouldn't make that much difference for these guys. Big pack here, folks. Let's go and look at it from the blimp here. There we're 3 wide once again. The number 8 of Randy Yoakum on the high side seems to be dropping off a little bit there. Ooh, it looks like he might be in trouble here. He's really desperately needing somebody to play with here, or he's going to drop back to the tail end of that group. I hope he didn't sustain any damage, because damage, folks, on the sheet metal will definitely take away that airflow for them. And once you lose that airflow, you're just done. There's no way you can maintain the speeds if you have damage, and the streamline of that car is done for. We're looking at Scott Wise there in the 31 car. Dale Earnhardt livery there. And I believe behind him, that's the 55 of Jonathan Munda. Roger Rios in 20th position. Let's find Jason Branch. He's still up about 12 positions at this point. 13 as we speak in that number 22 Navy liveried car. Have somebody that is kind of on the tail end of things here. There's another group that is about 5 seconds behind. Jeff Ryan is also in trouble, it seems to me. He dropped back quite significantly. Tommy Ryan and Jeff Ryan have both dropped off quite a bit here. Raz and Harding are still going at it, and it looks like we're having a crash here. Yellow flag is out. It looks like Roger Rios, Yoakum, Bellerby. Let's go find out what happened here. Jeff Ryan also involved. It's ahead of them, and they're trying to slow it down. The number 4 is involved. Roger Matthias is involved. And that 55 car, I believe that would be... can't find him. That would be Jonathan Munda. Let's bring that back. I believe that's where it started. Take a look at that 55 there. Yeah, he gets 2 wheels over that yellow line. 2 wheels over that yellow line, loses the back end, and that's where the mayhem starts. All right, folks, that brings us under the first caution of the day, with Andrew Mraz still leading. Lap number 14. And it looks like we're having pretty much everybody coming down pit road except for the two teammates, Henderson and Kepf. They are staying out. Andrew Moore is staying out. They're opting for track position. We have about 10 laps to go to finish up that first stage. Brooks and Figlin, Scott Wise is staying out. Findlay, Jason Branch, that definitely is going to give them an enormous boost if they can finish that stage. They don't need the fuel, but it looks like many drivers have opted to go and get that anyway and get some fresh tires on those on that machine. All right, folks, let's see if we can figure out if we have a lucky dog. I believe he's coming right there. That would be the number 52 of Max Williams. He is your SFI lucky dog, going around the track and being able to get back to the end of the lead lap once again. And we're also going to take a look at the hard charger situation. That is still Jason Branch. Jason Branch is 29 positions up from the start of the race, thanks obviously to those pit stops that a lot of people are making. He is leading the pack as far as the R&R Enterprises Hard Charger Award is concerned. And once again, folks, Superior Templating LLC, sponsor of our caution flag, and that allows us to take a little breath here. Ryan on pit road. I really don't believe he was involved in the damage there, but maybe he did sustain some. Scala is behind him. Then it's Joachim. Joachim in the number 8 car. And it looks like the pace car lights have already been turned off, folks. That means that we're going to go back to racing, going into lap number 17 here in Daytona. We have a bunch of drivers that did not pit there. The first 8 drivers did not pit, and that means that they're moving up in the field very nicely to see if they can score well in that first stage. Elliot Henderson and Eric Kepf, teammates, they are on the front row. Then it's Moore and Brooks.
Green flag, green flag.
There we go. We're racing once again. The entire field is on its way. Going into lap number 17, it is Elliot Henderson, followed by Andrew Moore in second position there in the 77 car. 2 lines of cars once again. The 98 of Jeff Figlin, that bright-colored yellow and pinkish kind of looking car. That is Jeff Figlin in 3rd position. Eric Kepf on the higher side in 4th. Then it looks like Jeff Findlay is on that bottom end there in the 92. Oh, stay with me, please. There we are. We're back again. Figlin taking the lead there in the 98 car. Double checking some of the settings, folks. There's really not much I can do about it. Hope we can keep it together here. Jeff Figlin is your leader. He is leading. Elliot Henderson is right beside him. Then it's Figlin. Ooh, we have another crash. Looks like the number 1 of Dave Evans and Scott Wise, the 31 there, getting in trouble together. Yeah, it looks like...
The yellow flag is out.
We'll bring that back to you from the blimp here, see exactly what's going on. The number 1, it's actually the number 1 trying to avoid the slower car that gets on the apron and loses the handling a little bit. And that looked to me like it was the 47 car of... I can't really tell. Don't think it was 47. Let's bring that back one more time. Maybe we can see it up closer. It does say the 47 car. 47 gets a little bit wiggly there, and then Evans can't keep it down and takes Scott Wise with him. And the 47, folks, let me find out who that is. Or it might be somebody that's not running the right number, which it kind of looks like it is. Nope. That is Jacob Williams. Let's bring it back. Jacob Williams gets two wheels on the apron, and that gets the number 1 in trouble. All right, back under yellow, folks. We'll try to figure out if we can find a lucky dog driver. It's going to give us a little bit of a short spurt to the first stage on lap probably 22. We'll probably be going back to green. Bill Voigt coming down pit road, Max Williams, Jason Branch, Jim Thorndike, Brooks, Munda, Barry. Bunch of drivers opting to go down to pit road. Branch already coming back out. And it looks like Scott Wise has taken a tow to the pits. That's why he's being shown in the lead. He obviously is not in the lead. It is Jeff Figlin that is in the lead. Scoring is a little bit confused here as we lost connection there for a few seconds. Under yellow, folks, lap number 21 of the SnyderLubricants.com 200. We are waiting to see if we have a lucky dog going by here. May have been the 53. Going to assume that it was. That is Jeremy Brooks, your SFI lucky dog. And let's find out who our hardest charger at this point is. That looks at this point like it is Don Bellerby. 22 positions up. In that number 44 machine. So he is currently our R&R Enterprises hard charger. And we're getting ready to go, going into lap number 23, folks. We are going to wrap up this first stage under green. Hopefully, Jeff Figlin has the lead in that 98 car. That is Elliott Johnson and John Findlay right behind him. Findlay in that beautifully colored 92 machine, pushing himself into second position right behind Figlin. Looks like they're trying to work together here. Figlin is hanging on. Findlay still in second here. With up top, it's Elliott Henderson. And we have Andrew Mraz there with Andrew Moore. Mraz is on the bottom. Moore is on the higher side in that orange car. Lap number 24. One more lap to conclude that first stage. And coming down the backstretch, everybody pushing as hard as they can. Now, there's a lot of people there that would really love to see that that stage win on their name. Figlin is holding on the bottom side. It looks like that higher side, despite the fact that they can also draft, the higher side is not faster as the inside line. Figlin hanging on. Going into lap 25, the end of this lap will be the decision. Looks like Henderson is pushing forward. Ooh, we have somebody up there, looked like he was scraping the wall. Figlin staying ahead. He's got the help of Findlay. Little bit of pushing and shoving going on back there. Jeff Figlin is still your leader. Can he hold his on? Can he hold on to this till the end of the lap? That would mean he picks up that stage win. It looks like he can do it. It looks like that outside line is a little bit dropping off there. Ooh, the 44 of Bellerby, it looks like is going off track. And Figlin has brought it home for the first stage, but now on the outside we have Findlay. Ooh, 3 wide once again. I'm fairly sure they'll settle down a little bit now. We have another 25 to go for the... Oh. That was Findlay. Bellerby's crash there going off as well. Findlay was the one that seemed to be going around there at first. Let's bring that back. There he is up top in that fancy colored car. He's trying to come down in there, and the 77, he's not clear of the 77. He turns himself around, touching that 77, and takes the 44 with him. Very, very, very unfortunate. And it kind of looks to me like everybody else is coming through pretty good. Findlay is back on his way. And believe it or not, but we're still racing. We did not go yellow, because the problem was not on the racing line. So that means that Findlay is losing an enormous amount of time there. He's going to need some yellows to make sure that he catches back up. Figlin and Henderson going at it. Mraz is on the high side there, being helped by, let's see, that is the number 30 of Justin Gahn. Looks like things are settling down a little bit. Some drivers getting their personal bests. Casey Dunn, Jason Kinzer, Andrew Moore, Ricky Hardin. Looks like the field has dramatically stretched out there because of that incident. Kind of a gap between, I believe that is Ron Schutte, and that's leading the second group there in front of Jim Thorndike and Dave Evans, but he's not for position there. He's a lap down. Then we have the purple car of Berkowitz, the 37. And then there's another gap to Corbin Simmons in the 22 car leading Max Williams. Guy Schneider is in a group even further back, and he is currently the quickest man on the track with a 46.41. He is behind the 51 of Jordan Berry. Andrew Mraz is actually in the lead right now. He is being pushed by Figlin, and Justin Gahn is on the higher side. And it looks like Figlin is going to be caught. That's not Figlin, that is the 44 of Bellerby, who's going to go down a lap because of his damage on the front end. There you see what a difference that makes, folks. No streamline anymore on that car. He is being overrun completely. Don Bellerby. Let's take a look at that car. Yeah, the front end is missing. He has no more speed at all. He's going to have to use that fast repair if he hasn't already. And if he already has, then he's going to be in major trouble. We'll bring up the dashboard here. As you can see, not even reaching 170 miles an hour at this point. Very, very unfortunate for him. That was not really his fault. Andrew Mraz still leading. Justin Gahn side by side with him there on the higher side. Anthony Keys is on the high side. Jeff Figlin on the bottom behind Mraz. Scott Wise there in the 8th position. Andrew Moore has dropped off a little bit. He's in the orange car in the 9th position. And let's see, Tommy Ryan is in this 3rd or 4th group here in the number 6 car, right behind Kenny McCullough. Not really sure what has happened to Tommy Ryan, but he's fallen off quite a bit. He's got some damage on the back end, I believe. Doesn't look too bad. Let's go and find Branch. Branch was the hardest charger at one point, but he's fallen off to the 29th position at this point. Roger Rios is in 32nd position. Avery Wilson, also one of the guys that we expect to see up front a lot. He's in 33rd position. Bellerby still going, but obviously losing time quickly. David Evans in the number 1 car. Justin Gahn still your leader there with Andrew Mraz now behind him on the lower line. Anthony Keys on the higher side. Field has definitely been broken up because of the incidents there that we didn't go yellow for. Ooh, somebody going down. Oh, a lot of drivers going down pit road here. Henderson, Figlin, Kepf, Moore. First green flag pit stops of the night. Lap number 34. I'm kind of guessing everybody's going to have to stop before we get to the end of stage number 2. Brings Casey Duncan in the lead. Casey is in a new livery there. We usually see Casey in the Dunkin' Donuts car, but he is driving something different tonight. Can't really tell what it says. Ricky Hardin taking over at the helm here. He's got Keys behind him. Casey Duncan has Jason Kinzer behind him. Scott Wise is up there in the 4th position in that red number 31. Looking very strong tonight. Saw him practicing with the number 1 of Dave Evans. Dave is a lap down, unfortunately, due to that incident. Now it's Casey Duncan in the lead. And it looks like his, that... Casey Duncan actually has the wrong number on his car also. He is normally driving his... Ooh! Moore. Looks like Moore is coming back out of the pits there. He is in 32nd position. Hardin is still going at it up front there with Kinzer now on the high side. That 18 of Duncan is dropping off a little bit. Scott Wise pushes him in, and he helps himself to 2nd position there. Scott's doing a very, very good job here at Daytona. I know he likes Daytona. Now all you need is a little bit of luck. And as we already seen, especially with Bellamy there, your luck can change pretty quickly. Louis Berkowitz up top there in that purple number 37. Wise is behind Kinzer, and the 24 of Hardin is behind him pushing. And the draft effect, you don't necessarily have to touch the car in front of you. It always works. Dave Evans, that you see up top there in that number 1, he is in 35th position. So he is not in there for position. But obviously he is putting his best foot forward as well, trying to get his lap back. And even though he might not be running for that position, he can still help others. I'm sure he's found some teammates here. We're getting, obviously in races like this, you have a lot of lead changes, so it's a little hard to keep track of the DXP award, who is gaining the most laps for that. But we got to mention that Kinzer and and Casey Duncan have surely added to their totals. And as you can see, there are big gaps on the track right now. Guys would really need a yellow to close everything back up. Let's go and check on some other drivers. Jordan Berry is in this group. He has dropped off a little bit there. I'm sorry, that's not. I'm looking at the wrong car. The one that's dropped off is Andrew Mraz in the 028. Berry is in the top 10 at this point. Guy Schneider is there as well in the 27. Corbin Simmons at the tail end of it, and Max Williams, he is at the tail end of that group there. Then further back, we have Jim Thorndike, and he is running together with Andrew Moore. That is not for position. Thorndike has about 6 seconds on Tommy Ryan, who's leading the next group. These guys are running for position. Tommy Ryan, Randy Yoakum, Candy McCullough, Chris White, Kevin Nicoletta, Bill Voigt is in there as well. Ooh, we have a bunch of drivers diving down to pit road. Ooh, Shooty making a mess of that pit lane entry. Justin Gahn, Andrew Mraz, Casey Duncan, Ron Shooty. Ron is obviously, he might run into a speeding penalty there. That puts Jason Kinzer in the lead with Scott Wise still in second, hanging on here. 9 more laps in the second stage. Now, Kinzer and Wise have last pitted on lap 20. They should be able to make it, but it's going to be a little close. Wise now pushing into the lead. He had a little help from the one there, and then comes back down to cover that inside line. It looks like that inside line is actually the best position to be in. We saw Figlin get the first stage win that way. Kinzer pushing the 31, it looks like. And this group is 9 cars, and it's currently Schneider in the back of this group in 9th position. Let's ride along with Guy Schneider here for a little bit. Looking at Jordan Berry's car there. Fairly calm, I would say, at this point. 6 more laps in the stage. So my guess is things will be heating up here shortly. Kinzer going to the outside. Hoping for some help from the number 1. Scott Wise is in the lead. He is being pushed by Ricky Harden. Ooh, the 22 of Corbin Simmons running fairly high up there. Berkowitz going to the pits. Berkowitz giving up a position in this top group here to go to pit lane. Wise and Kinzer side by side. It's still an open battle, and it does look like things are heating up a little bit. We also have Chris White on pit road. Wise and Hardin pushing ahead. Hardin on the higher side has inched ahead of Scott Wise. Looks like he's getting some good help up there from the number 20. The longer the train, the better it works. Scott Wise now in third there on that inside line. Now he's getting back behind Ricky Hardin. That could mean that he is getting boxed in a little bit here. And they're catching up with some back markers. That looks like Nicoletta and Rios. Lap number 49. Ooh! Going bad, going bad, going bad. Let's go take a look at what happens here. It is Kinzer getting the push from the 1, it looks like. Going around, taking the 22 with him. Kinzer jumping over the apron there. Going back. We did not go yellow, folks. So this group has been torn apart a little bit. It is Ricky Hardin and Scott Wise in front together now with a second on Anthony Handley. So this second stage is going to be between Hardin and Wise. One more lap to go in that second stage. It is Ricky Hardin in front with Scott Wise in second. How bad does Scott Wise want this? Kinzer going to pit road. Bill Voigt also on pit road. Does Wise have anything up his sleeve here, or can Ricky just hold on that bottom side and force him to take the long way around? And that's most likely not going to work. It looks like Ricky Hardin can hang on here. He's covering that inside line very good. Into the tri-oval. Scott is trying on the high side, but he can't get close enough. It is the 24 of Ricky Hardin that takes the second stage win. Scott Wise is in second and Handley in third. Guy Snyder in fourth. Jordan Berry in fifth. Guys are picking up some good points here. Thorndike in the pits. Kenny McCullough, Jason Kratke, Chris Kala, Jeremy Brooks, and as I thought, the fuel was going to be close. It was going to be close, and we are seeing that right now with a bunch of drivers on pit road. Nicoletta, Rios, Bill Voigt, they're already coming back out. The leaders are also coming in. There you have them. They did not have much to spare. Hardin, Wise, and Handley. Guy Snyder is your leader, and he is also coming down pit road with Jordan Berry right behind him. There they are. Justin Gahn and Elliot Henderson they are in another group here, big group, and they are going to be picking up the lead. Snyder and Barry are already on their way out, but they're not going to hold that. There you see him. Henderson and Gahn up top here. Figlin in second position. There he is, winner of the first stage. Field has been stretched out quite a bit by now. The green flag pit stops are definitely contributing to that. And even that lead group here is showing some gaps between the cars. Those are not the kind of gaps that they can't overcome. Like if you look at the 44 car there, he should be able to pick that back up. He just needs to stay right behind him, and he'll catch enough draft to close back in on him. I believe that is Bellerby, and that is not for position. Bellerby is a back marker. But he can still do his part here, trying to draft with these guys. Elliot Henderson on the bottom, trying to get underneath Figlin. There you see him closing in again a little bit. Casey Duncan at the tail end of this group here in that number 17. I believe he's got 18 on the car. Ricky Harden is in that first group of drivers that pitted, and he is in 6th. Handley is in 7th. He is 25 spots up, just like Casey Duncan. So at this point, it looks like Casey Duncan is your R&R hard charger. He's up top there in that white car with green and red striping. Third one on the top line. That is Casey Duncan, 25 positions in the plus. Figlin adding to his DXP points. And we see Bellerby definitely staying with these people very, very nicely. See here, Bellerby is the one behind Duncan, I believe. Eric Kepf is there as well. He's also not running for position there. He's also a lap down. Does get a little bit confusing here and there. Let's go and see where some of the others are. Jason Branch in 20th position. It kind of looks to me like he's not really recovered from his mishaps in the beginning. Scott Wise now in 10th position. He has got Kinzer behind him and Berkowitz. And then the blue car there, that would be a back marker. That would be Bill Voigt. Then we have Jim Thorndike still running together there with Tommy Ryan, 13th and 14th position. Not really sure why Tommy has dropped off earlier in the race. I don't believe he was involved in any incident, but he's in 14th. He's been working his way back up since then. Andrew Moore in 21st in the group right behind Jason Branch with Chris White and Jeremy Brooks is there. The 22 car is, well, we have two 22 cars. The 022 is Corbin Simmons. That's the black and white 22. And then the yellow and blue 22 is Jason Branch. That there, folks, is the leading group. So the leading group is looking like it's catching up with that second or third group. It's a little hard to tell how many groups we have. But the field is definitely torn way apart. There you can see what happens if you don't have a buddy on the higher line. You basically just get passed by everybody. That's what's happening to Justin Gahn right here. Those cars are not running for position. Justin is still in third place. That was Bellerby, and I believe that was Kepf in there as well.
The yellow flag is out.
Ooh, we have a yellow flag. Big crash, big crash. 54 of Kratky is involved, and the 18 and the 022. Let's try and find out if we can back it up a little bit further and see what happens. Ooh, it's actually in front of these guys. It kind of looked to me like it was the 022 getting into trouble first. Yep, he gets on that yellow line and he messes up the entire group here. That's what happens if you get on that apron over the yellow line. It upsets your car at these speeds. It's very, very difficult to keep it together. You lose speed because you get off the gas right away, and the entire group behind him is unlucky as far as that is concerned. Let's look at that from the blimp one more time here. Look at the front car there. Going onto that yellow line, loses the back end, has to get out of it, and the cars behind him, their reaction is obviously to either steer away or brake. It just really messes up the entire group. Very, very unfortunate. Leaders all coming down pit road here. Figlin, Henderson, Gahn, Keys, Duncan, Handley, all of them on pit road. Kinzer, Scott Wise, Jordan Berry is there as well. Thorndike coming in. The 37 coming in. That is Berkowitz. Scala, Max Williams. Busy, busy, busy on pit road here. Ricky Harden staying out. Looks like the 63 was our lucky dog. And he brings it down pit road now. That is Eric Kepf, the 63. He is our SFI lucky dog at this point. Under yellow in Daytona, lap number 62. We have 18 more laps to go. Jason Branch in that yellow and blue 22 car is our hardest charger at this point. 32 positions in the plus. Lights have been turned off. Back marker's been sent around. Ricky Hardin is your leader. Guy Snyder will be alongside him in that number 27 car. Then it's going to be Tommy Ryan. Look who's back. Tommy Ryan in third position. Randy Yoakum. These guys have pitted about 10 laps ago, so they will definitely have to stop before the end. And I don't know why you would stay out, because you could be making it to the end if you pit it now. So they're banking on another yellow, hopefully. Well, hopeful for them, not for us. But that is kind of surprising. If I was them, I would have also gone in, because the drivers that have pitted now on lap 61, they will be good until the end as far as fuel is concerned. Well, to be honest with you, that's maybe a little bit of a early conclusion that I'm drawing here, because we should be able to do 28 to 30 laps on fuel, and that means that Ricky Hardin, Guy Schneider, and Tommy Ryan should be able to make it, especially since they have some yellow laps in there. So they may actually be the smartest ones, and I'm the idiot.
Green, green, green.
There we go. We're racing once again. Ricky Hardin takes the lead. Guy Schneider and Tommy Ryan behind him. Tommy on the bottom. Jason Branch there on the bottom. Guy Schneider up top. Yoakum up top. Justin gone. That looks like Tommy Ryan is getting ready to charge that 24 car. He is actually bringing it into the lead by just a few inches. Being helped there by Guy Schneider. Definitely he's got a good run here. If he can bring it back to the bottom, he can cover that line. Schneider and Ryan helping each other out there. The 24 pushing back. He's got the help of the 22 of Branch. Yeah, they got a good thing going on there up top there. Tommy Ryan and Guy Schneider. Tommy now bringing it down to the bottom. And Guy Schneider actually slotting in there. That was a little bit risky there.
Caution, yellow flag.
Let's go and find out what's going on here. It looked like the 51 of Jordan Berry was in what? Oh, it looked like Wise is actually there coming together with him. And let's see what happens here. They're 3 wide. Take a look at the 15 touching the 31. It's actually net code, and quite heavily so, because they didn't really touch. That puts the 31 into the wall. The 15 bounces. The 51 bounces back into the 15, and the 52 gets caught up in it. The 202 gets turned by a out of control 31 there. Berkowitz is touching the 31. The 022 barely seems to avoid that 31 there. Rios is barely getting by, but he has to go over the grass, and then he can't escape the 15. Oh, quite a mess. And that was definitely netcode there, folks. Netcode is what happens is that the computer can sometimes try to predict what is going to happen. If the computer thinks that they're going to touch, then it acts accordingly, and it doesn't really mean that they did touch, and they didn't. You could clearly see there was still room between the 31 and the 51. So that's very unfortunate for both drivers, obviously, and everybody else that gets taken away with it. But that's the way it is. Or at least that's what it looked like to me. A lot of drivers on pit road. Kev, Berkowitz, Barry, those are all involved there in that situation, it looked like. See if we have a lucky dog going by here. Looks like the 54 is our lucky dog. That is Jason Kratke. Jason Kratke is our lucky dog driver. There he is. Going around. Lucky Dog sponsored by SFI. And Tommy Ryan adding up to his points for that DXP Frontman Award. He was in the lead for that award going into this race. He is adding up to that again. And looks like he's doing good work here. And as said, I made a miscalculation there. The guys that pitted on lap 51 should be good, especially since we have another yellow here at lap 67, 66, 67. So we're down to about 11, 12 laps to go by the time we go green, folks. Let's see who your biggest charger is. That is still Jason Branch. Oops. Jason Branch, your hard charger. Sponsored by R&R Enterprises. Looks like Scott Wise has been on pit road. Yep. And he luckily did not go down a lap, but he has been on pit road. He's got some... Oh yeah, that's because his incident. Well, duh. Stay sharp. So he did not go down a lap. That's good for him. The car does have some damage, and that is probably going to hurt him there in the final stages of this Daytona race. They're lining them back up, folks. We're going to go racing going into lap 69. That means that we have 12 more laps to go in this race. As said, if we need to, we will do 2 green-white checkers. And that's where the guys that pitted on lap 51 will get in trouble.
Green flag.
There we go, folks. Tommy Ryan is leading the pack into the first turn there. He got a little bit of a jump on Randy Yoakum there in second place. Guy Schneider now in third. Justin Gahn in fourth with that number 30 car. And then it's Ricky Harden. He is staying up top there. He's coming down. He's going to have to. He can't do that by himself. He needs help. Tommy Ryan on the bottom. Down the backstretch, 2 lines of cars there. Here and there, they're 3 wide. Jason Branch is up top 3 wide there. He is being helped by the 14 of Anthony Keys. Figlin is back up there as well. Jeff Ryan looks like he is in there, but that's not for position. Well, yes it is. He's in 10th position. Tommy Ryan and Randy Yoakum side by side for the lead. And Tommy Ryan looks to me like if you have that bottom line, you can force the others to drive around. You're kind of boxing the guy behind you in. He can't go anywhere. And then the guys on the right, it looks to me like that higher line is just not faster than the bottom line. Of course, course, you're making a few more yards there. And as long as Tommy Ryan has somebody behind him pushing him, he's good. Schneider going 3 wide there above the 24. He's by himself on that highest line. That's not going to work. You can see him dropping off. That's how quickly that works. Now he's got to find a way to get back in line. And that's... Oh, Tommy gets a touch. Let's bring that back from the blimp. Let's see what happens here. Little bit of shuffling. He gets a push from the 30 and then runs into the 8. He keeps it together. Beautifully done. Then they're 3 wide there. Another touch to him. Ooh. This is getting pretty hairy, and we're going back live now. You can see he dropped off to that 3rd row now. 6th position. It's Randy Yoakum up front. He's behind the Jeff Ryan now, his brother. Randy Yoakum in the lead. Ricky Harden up behind him, and it's Henderson up top with Kinzer behind him. That almost went south there for Tommy Ryan, but luckily he kept it on, headed in the right direction. And the problem for Tommy Ryan now is that he's a little bit boxed in there. He's a little bit stuck behind a 3. That's a bit, that's kind of the trouble you get into on the bottom line. You have nowhere to go. If you're on that 2nd line, at least you can try to take the 3rd line, but up top, it doesn't always work either if you don't have anybody that helps you. Elliot Henderson picks up the lead right now. Guy Schneider is pushing that number 20 of Kinzer on the high side. Jeff Ryan and Tommy Ryan nose to tail there, but they're boxed in behind the 24. Jeff Ryan tries to take it up high.
Caution, yellow flag.
Oh. That looked like the 14. Let's quickly bring that back. There's actually another incident behind. That is Andrew Moore. We have two separate incidents. There's the 4 going around. And he takes a bunch of guys out in that 2nd group. And then we need to check out and see what happened to the 14. That was Keys, I believe. Yep, there he is up top there, being pushed by the 028 of Miraz. And he gets a little tap from Miraz, who was trying to avoid running into another car. They actually bring it back in the racing direction and keep it all together. It's the incident that happened before that with Andrew Moore that causes the yellow. Wow. Kinzer leading. Simmons, Findlay, and Bellerby on pit road. They may have actually gotten some damage there. Jordan Berry is parking it, it looks like. Keys going to the pits. Tommy Ryan going to the pits. Oh boy. He must have been involved there. Yep. Well, he might be thinking fuel because of the green-white checkers that he might expect. It drops him down in the order very significantly. He just took a splash of fuel, it looks like. We have the 28 going around. That is Ron Schutte. He is your SFI lucky dog. Ron Schutte. Casey Duncan is currently the hardest charger, 24 spots in the positive for that R&R Hard Charger Award. Lights on the pace car are out. We are going to go and try to finish this thing up going into lap number 78. That gives us 3 more laps. Jason Kinzer is your leader currently, and alongside will be Elliot Henderson in that 61 car. Guy Schneider and Randy Yoakum on the second row behind him. Then it's going to be Justin Gahn and Casey Duncan on the third row. Ricky Harden and Jeff Figlin behind there in the fourth row. Let's go and check and see. Tommy Ryan is in 16th position. That's going to be a tough one. Jason Branch in 18th. Scott Wise 23rd. He's still running pretty strong though. There we see some back markers coming. Looks like that is Scott Wise that's there as well. There you have it, folks. The pace car is in. We are going to try and settle this thing here in Daytona. The SnyderLubricants.com 200. 3 laps to go for Jason Kinzer in first position and Henderson alongside him there with Schneider pushing him. 3 wide. That's Casey Duncan up top there. He's by himself. It's not going to work. There they come down the backstretch. Ooh, Schneider in trouble. Takes. Oh, no. Oh, my God.
The yellow flag is out.
This is unbelievable, folks. This is really unbelievable. Let's bring that back for you. From the blimp, it looks like Schneider is being pushed by, it looks to me like that was the, I can't tell what number that was. Let's bring it back one more time here. And this is a little bit far maybe, but I'm trying to figure out that number of the car behind him. That's the 30. That's Justin Gahn. Schneider comes to the higher side here. There he comes. And then it looks like there's a bit of a harmonica going on. It looks like Henderson is pushing the 30. The 30 is pushing the 27. The 27 loses the balance, gets another tap from the 30. Nobody is lifting, obviously, and I don't blame him for that. Then the 27 cannot help running into the 20 of Kinzer. The 30 goes with him in the grass there, and I believe that the car behind there is also, that I believe is Randy Yoakum, maybe? Or is that the 24? Can't tell. Yes, that's the 24. That is Ricky Harden. Very, very unfortunate for all these guys. Wow. What a turn here at the final laps. What a turn. You hate to see that. The guys that have pitted on lap 51, their only one in the top there is Randy Yoakum. He might be in trouble on fuel. Although we've had maybe enough yellows. We're going to be trying to settle this in a green-white checkered, folks. Elliott Henderson in that 61 car leading the race at this point. Ricky Harden, Ryan Nicoletta, Justin Gahn in the pits, Miraz and Kinzer. The number 7 is the lucky dog. There he is. That is Bill Voigt. He is your SFI lucky dog on lap number 80. Hardest charger at this moment is Max Williams in the 52. He is tied as far as positions in the plus is concerned with Casey Duncan, but Max is the one in front. He's got a little bit of damage on that car. So he is currently looking for that R&R Enterprises Hard Charger Award. Randy Yoakum, as said, he is the only one in this group here that pitted on lap 51. So it's gonna be close for him. We've had a few yellows. That is obviously saving him a lot of fuel, but we're passing that 30 lap mark here. We can bring that up into the graphics for you. Yoakum has got 29 laps on the fuel at this point. So, yeah, he's going to pass that 30 mark there. He's done it before. And as you can see, folks, Figlin has done a maximum of 33. So, he might be okay. I'm kind of guessing he will be okay because he's not going into the pits at all. I'm sure he knows what he's doing. Lining them back up, folks, for the green-white checkered, the first of 2 attempts if we need them. Elliott Henderson and Randy Yoakum, then it's Jeff Figlin and Jeff Ryan, Max Williams and Chris Scala behind there. The quiet before the storm.
Green flag.
There
green
we
flag.
go. Henderson waits for the call. 2 more laps to go.
The yellow flag is out.
Oh, I'm not sure what happened here. I'm not sure what happened here. there's a bit of pushing and shoving going on, but I don't see any real incidents. Unless it is Bill Voigt. Bill actually blows his engine coming out of the pits on lap on this. Yeah, but he's not on the race line, so that can't be it either. That's a little weird. Yeah, it could be that iRacing was thinking this was going to go wrong, and then it didn't. And then it looks like we have Guy Schneider going to pit road. Well, let's see if we can catch a lucky dog. Handley is, I believe, between the pace car and the leader. They're still trying to catch the pace car. There is the pace car. There's Guy Schneider coming back out. Well, it's now I'm starting to worry for Randy Yoakum. he's got a bunch of laps on that fuel stint there. Yeah, he's pushing it. 32 laps on that fuel stint. The most we've seen anybody do is 33. So this is a chance he's taking. Let's see if we have a lucky dog. Nope, it doesn't look like it. We are already lining them up. Getting ready to try the final green-white checkered here. Henderson and Yoakum. Yoakum, fuel situation's going to be close. Then it's Figlin and Ryan. And Scala and Williams. Tommy Ryan is in 11th position there. All right, folks, we're going to try and settle this SchneiderLubricants.com 200 here. It's going
Green,
to be a
green,
little bit
green.
more than 200. There we go. Elliot Henderson is waiting for the radio call. Henderson is on the inside line. He's got 2 laps to make sure he stays there. Randy Yoakum on the high side. It looks like Henderson's got a little help from the 98. That's Jeff Figlin. Jeff Ryan on the top there in the number 3. It looks like that inside line is working well. Oh.
Yellow flag.
Well, it looks like we're going to finish this thing under yellow. And let's bring it back for you. Look at the 98 going to the higher side. And it looks like Henderson is trying to defend his position, and that was all she wrote. So where does that leave Figlin? He's still running. Let's see how he got off of that. Not very good. The second car in your picture, folks. That is Figlin. He's... yeah, after that he just gets caught up in everything. And a lot more drivers getting caught up in everything. That's the 24 of Ricky Harden getting caught up in that. Well, there you have it. Now all Randy Yoakum needs is fuel to keep going under yellow. Now all he needs is that fuel. I hope he's not going to run out before, but it looks like he's okay. We've had enough yellows. We're finishing under yellow. It looks like he's okay. Randy Yoakum is going to take the win here at the SnyderLubricants.com 200. Or is he? Yes, I believe so. Randy Yoakum is your winner, folks. Then it's Chris Scala in the 2nd position, Casey Duncan in 3rd, Jeff Ryan in the 4th position, Eric Kempf in the 5th position, Max Williams in the 6th position, Roger Matthias in 7th, Tommy Ryan in 8th, Anthony Keys, then Kevin Nicoletta rounds out your top 10. Casey Duncan is the hard charger this race, 27th positions in the plus. He is going to bring home that R&R Enterprises Hard Charger Award. We are finishing under yellow with superior templating here at Daytona. We've done 87 laps. 2 green-white checkers would not work, unfortunately. And Randy Yoakum took a chance on his fuel, and it looked like it worked out. We're gonna see if that how close that was. He's probably gonna tell us here in a little bit. They're bringing him back around. Randy still has the fuel to do a victory lap here. look at the, I didn't even see that, but he got caught in that as well. Damage on the front end, and not just a little bit. He would have not made that under another green, white, checkered. All right, let's go see if we can find some people to talk to here. There he comes into the pits. Scala is pretty happy with his second place there. All right, let's go see. Nobody coming to my room. Waiting for drivers to come to the broadcast room, folks. I cannot move them myself, so I have to wait for them to come and see me in the Discord room here. Randy Yoakum, Chris Scala, Casey Duncan, if you can hear me, please come to the room. Chris is still having a lot of fun out there. And unfortunately, I don't see any movement here in my room. Nobody is coming. Chris Scala is still out there playing. Casey Duncan is, I don't know where. Randy Yoakum, I don't know where. They are not coming, so I'm afraid, folks, I'm going to have to leave it at that. They are not coming to the broadcast room. I can't bring them here myself. I don't see them. So that'll be it for tonight for the SnyderLubricants.com 200. Randy Yoakum, Chris Scala, that is your top two. And then Casey Duncan in third. There you have it on your screen. I'm going to give it there, Scott Wise. Scott, where's everybody at, my friend?
Are in the process of finalizing the finishing order right now because of that wreck. We're not going by the iRacing official scoring.
Oh, okay. Well, that means that we will take down the iRacing official scoring and wait for the admins to come to a finishing order. All right, folks, we are still waiting for the admins to give us the correct order. I do have 3 drivers in the booth there, so that looks like Eric Kepf is in there, and Casey Duncan and Chris Scala, and I don't see Randy Yoakum. Hey guys, it's Mark in the booth. I am just kind of waiting for the admins to tell me what exactly the order is. I don't see Randy, so I'm not really sure what the call is there, guys. Is
The
that
the call is going to be they're going to switch everybody back to where they were once they got rolling. So the winner was Chris. I got second, and Eric got third.
okay? Thank you very much there. Well, then let's start with you then. Uh, the, the, let's not talk about the mess at the end there. Then, Eric, how did the whole race go for you?
Well, it actually was pretty eventful. Obviously, I started from the pole, and I don't know if the broadcast picked it up, but on my first pit stop, I accidentally or something happened where I didn't fill it up with gas, so I actually had to come back in that next lap, and I was a lap down, drafting with Elliott and the leaders for a while, and then when that caution came out, I was able to get the lucky dog. Then I just worked my way back up, avoided a couple of wrecks, got in one slightly, but yeah, it was just unfortunate the way that last lap happened, but it did push me up into the top three here to finish the race. So I'm pretty happy with that. I think I only had 4x the whole race, so I'm pretty maybe 8, but I'm still happy on a restrictor plate race with that. But just upset Elliott couldn't get the win up there.
Actually, the incident points that my scoring counts are the off tracks, and you only have one of those.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure if our scoring always does the exact same thing as iRacing. It should, but it doesn't always work perfectly. I will admit that immediately. I did not pick up on that fuel problem you had earlier. I did pick up on the fact that you were in the lead group running with these guys, being a lap down. At some point, we actually saw you from another in-car cam going blasting by like somebody was standing still. So you had the pace there, that's for sure. And then obviously that lucky dog helped you get back into this grand scheme of things. So how was your fuel situation there at the end, Eric?
I believe I still had like 5, 6 gallons left. So, we pitted with about 20 to go, I think. So we were fine on fuel to get through the green white checkers. So, yeah, it was a good race for us. I'm glad it kind of worked out. You got to have some luck on these restrictor plate. Well, I guess it's not restrictor plate, but you got to have luck on these tracks, and we definitely had that today, especially going a lap down.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Daytona is partly about skill and finding a buddy and working together, but it's also about luck. Absolutely, we've seen several examples of guys falling victim to a little bit of shuffling going around, and understandably so. I mean, you're racing door to door there at 190 miles an hour. The slightest mistake can upset the car and make you lose your balance there. And since you're racing close together, you're going to take somebody with you.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I just try and be as cautious as possible and stay out of stuff during these wrecks, and I think I did that pretty well today. And I do want to thank Chris White for inviting me on this team and having Elliot on the team with us. We work pretty good as a team together. Jacob Manning couldn't make it tonight, but also want to thank Scott and Lauren for putting on this league and you guys for doing the broadcast. It's always a good one. So.
All right, thank you very much, Eric. Congratulations again on your third place. Well done, my friend, and we hope to see you back up here a little bit more.
Thank you, sir. Have a good night.
You too, man. Let's
Thank you.
move. You bet. Let's move on to Casey Duncan here. Casey, it's not only a second place for you; it's also a Hard Charger award. You came from way back there, my friend. Tell us how it went.
Yeah, I had a not a very good qualifying time, so I had to start 30th in the back of the pack and work my Dunkin' Donuts Super up to the front a couple different times. The goal is just to stay clean and then work with the teammates I have out there. And I was loaded with teammates, so it was fun racing with all those guys tonight from 4X and 2X.
Absolutely. So, how was your fuel and tire situation?
On that one caution that we had, I don't remember how many laps we had to go, about 15 to go. I went in, I took 4 tires. I got all fresh new rubber, and I put about 5 gallons of fuel in it because that's all we needed to finish with a green white checker as well. And I still had like 3 gallons of fuel at the end because a lot of caution laps there, just running with the clutch in and just rolling down the backstretch.
How much can you actually save? Is it like are you using half of what you normally use, or less than that, or how much is it?
I don't know the exact numbers, but it's about half. I mean, if you can do, you can do 2 laps, to each lap, 2 caution laps to each green flag run lap.
Okay, I see. Because of course we didn't count that finish with Randy Yokeman first, but he pitted 10 laps earlier than you guys, so I was kind of looking out for him to run out of fuel, but he still made it. So that's obviously if the yellows save you that much, that obviously makes a big difference. All right, Casey. So congratulations on that second spot, my friend. Good finish for you. Plus the hard charger award from starting in the back and ending up in second position there. That's a pretty good night for you.
Yeah, gotta love that. And like I said, it was kind of a team effort. We all worked together throughout the night. Chris is Scala, the winner here. He was one of my teammates, and he was in the back most of the night. But I was up front with Justin and Andrew and Anthony and Jason pretty much all night, running nose to tail, and just really, for the most part, just easing off, just biding our time, and then time came at the end, and Chris got up there with me, and he and I started working together, and we were going to go to the front, regardless of that wreck. We were working well together, so it was fun to run with the whole team tonight, and it was really cool to have them all in here helping out.
All right. Thank you very much, Casey. Any other love yous and thank yous you want to throw out in the world?
No, just to the team. I mean, 4X Racing, we race in 2 different leagues or 3 different leagues total. And when we all come together in these restrictor plates and work together as a team, those guys there, those are my buddies, and that's who I'm going to shout out to, every single one of them. Thanks, guys.
All right. Thank you very much, Casey. Once again, congratulations, my friend. Let's move on to Chris Scala there. Were you surprised to find yourself up there, or was it the result of the team effort, like Casey says?
Just circumstances worked out when it was all over with, man. To be honest with you, I'm happy to get the win. I hate to see what happened to Randy, to be honest, but when you look at the way iRacing's been lately, you get involved in a wreck normally. Once you get going under power, that's where they've been putting you. And I found it weird when it was like, wait a minute, they're having to pass all of us. It was kind of weird and all that stuff. But I felt we had won the race, and that's what we did, and they gave us the win. And I'm happy because to be honest, this has been one of the worst seasons I've ever had in iRacing. Period, in all the leagues I race in. So it's been kind of trying to get that monkey off my back and getting some momentum going. And I'm just I wasn't even planning to be here tonight. And then James Thorndike said, dude, just keep going, man, because Friday night I had a terrible race and ran 10 laps before getting involved in a wreck. So just happy to be here with this functional fitness 615 Supra. And, thanks to Serve Pro and all the sponsors, Casey and Brandon 4X. Finally got my first win with this team, and it's been a lot of work and a lot of effort, but definitely happy for everybody on the team to be in here and to definitely thankful for Lauren and Scott for letting me race here and stuff. And man, I'm just super happy to be here and gonna go celebrate and have a good old time and maybe bring this back Friday too and go get another win.
Absolutely, Chris. I was kind of going to say. I mean, you're the kind of guy that you have pace almost every race, but there's always something happening to you. You're a lot of the times we find you like in the top 10, top 15, and then something happens. You got to work your way back, and it's kind of where you're at, and it always looks to me like this guy has got the pace, but he's not bringing it home where it needs to be, and that's kind of what I hear out of you right now. And I'm happy for you, man. It's always awesome to finally bring it home where it really needs to be.
He
Yeah, especially
definitely isn't getting the finishes he deserves. That's for sure.
well, and not to mention this is my home track. I grew up at 100. The sign says 105 miles as soon as I get on the exit of I-95 to Daytona. So it's like to win at my home track, win at Daytona. That's cool too. But yeah, I know I'm not the fastest guy in this league. I mean, there's plenty of drivers better than me here. But I feel like I can at least be a top 10 truck or car depending on what I'm racing each week. So it's just a matter of finishing off the runs each week. And I've done it a couple times, but then I've had weeks where like Friday night, I'm the first caution of the night. And it's like, the poor guys down in chat, they're listening to me say things that you can't say on the air. And it's like,
Yeah, I hear you.
I'm going for a walk, I guess.
Yeah, I totally understand, man. It gets a little frustrating every once in a while. I'm personally I'm driving myself as well. I don't do NASCAR style racing much, but I'm on road courses a lot more, and we have the same problems. Obviously, I'm not the fastest guy either, but it really frustrates if you are that first one going out or damaged or a lap down or whatever, and you just can't make it work. So I honestly I understand how well it feels to finally get it there where you want it to be. It's not always about being the fastest driver in any race, really. Nobody wins without a little bit of luck, but it's also about consistency and the capability of staying out of trouble. And there's famous words. You to finish first, you first got to finish,
Hmm.
and that means that it's not just about being fast. It's about being smart.
Well, and that's about it. I mean, I've always been somebody that likes to race in the back, and especially on these kind of tracks, I sat back and just kind of rode for a little bit, lost the draft multiple times. But I was involved in that kind of big caution in turn three at about 20 to go, and I went and got the reset that I had left over, and at that point just started going and just found myself in the right spot each caution after that, and it paid off, and I'm just happy to I guess be lucky enough to win this. But definitely do appreciate the viewers for watching tonight, and obviously happy to see those guys watching. Happy to see KC finish in second, get a 1-2 for the team. Congrats to Eric. Also, also want to shout out to JM Transport also for sponsoring the league or the series. I don't know much about the Clash cars because I run over in the trucks, but just a one-off deal where I had nothing on a Sunday night, and yeah, we'll go to Victory Lane and celebrate.
All right. Anybody if you still want to add to that list of thank yous, go right ahead, Chris.
And all the viewers, I definitely appreciate them because I know obviously everybody's got football and stuff to watch and things. So appreciate all the viewers for watching and tuning in tonight. All the team, James Thorndike, I owe him a thank you for talking me into racing tonight. Got one of my managers at work, Jason, watching tonight, and he's probably got to be at work at like dark 30 in the morning. So thanks to him because we deliver for FedEx and we're going through fun times right now. So gonna go get some sleep for that. But I'm just thankful to be here. So thanks, Lauren and Scott and everyone, and I'll shut up now.
All right, that's okay, Chris. You deserve it, my friend. Go out and celebrate, guys. It was a great race. I think you all did a great job. Obviously, like we said, everybody needs a little bit of good fortune in races like this. That's just how the game is played, and it's not always just about being the fastest guy. That's just good for pole position, maybe, but 280 laps at 200 miles is a totally different story. So go and have your fun tonight, guys, and we'll hope to see you next Sunday at Atlanta.
Absolutely. Thanks, bud.
Thank you.
All right, folks, that'll do it for tonight.
Mark, thanks for all your broadcasting. It's awesome to watch it after the race is over.
Absolutely, no problem, sir. Thank you very much. All right, folks, that'll do it for tonight. As I said, next week we're going to go to Atlanta. Chris Scala is been the winner here. Casey Duncan and then Eric Kepf. We can't show you those official results on the screen right now as the race admins have adjusted the finishing order from right before that last wreck. So we'll bring you up to date with that for next week at Atlanta. So that'll be it for tonight, folks. Until next week. We also have Friday night the trucks. We're going to be doing Daytona with the trucks on Friday night, so we'll kind of do all this again at this track here with the pickup trucks. And then Sunday night we're going to take the JM Transport Series to the Atlanta Motor Speedway for the race there. Until then, folks, we hope you all stay healthy and take care of one another.